What's up, you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel and this Star Wars Squadrons video. And today we're going to be talking about the extremely useful and vastly underutilized support class that you can in fact lead your squad to victory with and dominate the scoreboards, because unlike most games, Star Wars Squadrons does actually give you points for the support that you give to your team through supply droids and over shields, and you can actually end up with more points than anybody else on your team because of the support that you gave. Now we're going to be discussing the New Republic U-Wing and the Imperial TIE Reaper at the same time, because they're pretty much identical starcraft with the exact same potential components that you can use. However, it's arguably more important for the Imperials to utilize their support because most of the TIE fighters don't have shields. So you're looking at having a standard laser cannon, and most importantly for your auxiliaries, supply droids and tactical shields. Those are the very, very important components that you're going to need to help your team out. And the countermeasures and holes are all up to you. I prefer to have a lot of extra shields, so I have the deflector hole and the fortified deflector on. And then I like the acceleration and deceleration of the propulsion engine, so I can get in and out of range to use my components quickly. Now, the tactical shields will automatically target any of your friendly squadron within 2,000 meters of your line of sight, so that one's pretty easy to use. But the supply droid does not. You will have to actually target them with your targeting computer, and the best way to do that is go to your targeting wheel and then swipe it over to my squadron. And then when you press your cycle through targets button, you will now automatically target your own friendly units. And that's basically what you're going to stay like the entire match. Is just cycle through your own targets and try to find people who need your help. You'll notice that your friends who need health will have a pulsating health icon above them, like that plus sign, like, hey, I need your help. So try to seek out those particular friendlies, and then if you can, shoot the people that are on their tail, and you'll be able to keep your friends alive and pushing for a really long time. Now, one of the things you need to keep in mind with that supply droid is that it can be blocked by things, and you'll notice it didn't make it to this target. This icon flashes red over here in the corner. So if you want to get a supply droid to your friend, you do need to have a clear line of sight with no obstacles in between you and them. And if they're flying around a corner, they are going to miss out on that supply droid. And basically, your job is to keep your friends alive as long as possible, so you can keep your assault going as long as possible. Your morale meter gets drained when your own starfighters get killed. And so you're basically going to hang around your own cruisers and then try to follow your fighters and bombers in as they make their attack runs, and then heal them and give them over shields and whatever you support you can give them to help them make their attack runs. But you're not actually trying to make the push yourself. You're also trying to stay alive, and you're going to need to resupply because you're shooting so many of your components. So you just stay by the cruiser, regularly resupply yourself from those cruisers or frigates, wherever it is, and then eventually you're just going to get to that Star Destroyer. And as long as you keep your friends fully supplied and filled with lots of extra overshields, you're going to take down the enemy capital ship, the enemy flagship, in no time. However, you have to keep in mind that both the support craft are by far the largest starfighters in the game, and so that's going to make flying them a little bit more difficult. Now, not because they're particularly slow, but because they're kind of fatter than you expect, wider than you might anticipate, and so you're going to find yourself getting clipped on corners and by other craft and ending up crashing a lot in the process of trying to pick up the support. I definitely experienced a ton of situations where I thought I was going to be able to fit through a gap, but I simply didn't. Or even one time I had my own friend crash into me and blow me up as I was trying to give him a resupply. So that's definitely something you're gonna have to learn. You're also going to want to avoid the mistake of trying to follow in and make attack runs yourself. the support class is exactly that. It is for support. This Starfighter is not meant to perform attack runs, and if you put yourself too far out there, once again, the size of your craft is going to work against you here. You're the largest thing in the sky, so it's going to make you really obvious and really easy to shoot, and a good enemy team is going to prioritize destroying the support players because they know that's what's keeping the enemy team alive. So your best bet is to hang out by your cruisers if your cruisers are still alive, or if you don't have the cruisers or frigates, hang out close to the Star Destroyer, maybe like 1,000 meters away from the Star Destroyer, but far enough away from the enemy capital ship that you're not going to be really in danger of enemies trying to reach out and fight you. You're more of, once again, that in-between resupply where your friends are going to kind of reach back to you, and you're going to give them those awesome shields, you're going to give them those awesome supply droids. And the really cool part is that this game actually rewards you for it. You get points for every single resupply and every single shield delivered. And to my surprise, you can find yourself on the top of the leaderboard of your match with the least amount of kills and the least amount of capital ship damage because you did the most amount of healing. In this match, I actually did almost 30,000 healing and ended up on the top of my team's scoreboard because I was the one who facilitated their victory. Now, important to note though is that the support class is the only one that's consistent between both teams, and that the New Republic fighters, interceptors, and bombers are very different from the TIE interceptors and bombers on the Imperial side. And if you want to learn how to use the Y-Wing over the TIE bomber, then you're going to want to click one of those videos you see on your screen right now. In the meantime, I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre, and I'm out.